Hello, my name is Russell Myers. Welcome to Issues Unite. And for a while now, I've been contesting this concept that Bernie Sanders is an anti-war candidate, that he is a diplomat of some kind. People keep on pushing this idea that Russiagate is going to be used against Bernie Sanders. I have big problems with this because there is nobody currently running for office at this time that is a more profligate propagator of the Russiagate conspiracy theory than Bernie Sanders himself. I'm doing something a bit different with this video. This is going to form a loop where I am linking to an article in the description, with my sources. Okay? I tried to get it to work where I could bring it up behind me, but wound up feeling a little technologically inadequate here because I couldn't control the pop-ups or the video to get it to stop running. Anyway, so you'll find the link in the description below to my own article that had the links to everything that I'm talking about here. Now, for 3.5 years, Bernie Sanders has been pushing Russiagate. In 2018, you'll find this link in the article. Bernie Sanders proposed a bill that would literally force the members of the Senate to have to accept the intelligence assessment that said that Russia had interfered with our 2016 election. Force. Well, what happened to freedom of speech here? Okay? And this isn't some conspiracy theory. This is from Bernie Sanders' own government webpage. He touts this. He's proud that he introduced this legislation. So this isn't some conspiracy theory that's coming from some far right-wing conspiracy or anything like that. This is Bernie Sanders. Okay? He has said that over and over that Russia helped his campaign in 2016. He's still saying that. Then, in January this year, I've already posted this before, where he made a statement saying all 17 intelligence agencies concurred that Russia interfered. Well, no, it was not all 17. It was 3 intelligence agencies, and it wasn't even the full intelligence agencies. It was a small, hand-picked group of people from those intelligence agencies that said this. There was a lot of condescension, not condescension, but a lot of conflict. A lot of people did not agree with this in those intelligence agencies. So he's still pushing ideas that have been disproven. The entire Muellergate affair has been debunked. It's shameful to believe in it. And if there was anything to it, they would be using that to impeach Donald Trump. But no matter what, the Mueller lost in court to the Russian ad agency that he indicted in U.S. federal court. The federal judge found that there was insufficient, in other words, no evidence, that the Russian ad agency was connected to the Russian government. So all of that just threw everything out. You know, there was, even Mueller said there was no collusion, no coordination between Trump and the Russian ad agency. And then the ad agency wasn't connected to the government. So that throws everything out. I mean, all of Russia, all of Mueller's findings were just thrown away. It's nothing but talk. It's, you know, that is the ultimate conspiracy theory. And Bernie's still using it. You know, in his statement in January, he basically endorsed censorship by his trying to force the Senate to accept this intelligence agency assessment. That was censorship. And now, just on the 21st of February, he came out with another video calling Vladimir Putin a thug and claiming that Russia, not the Russian government, Russia, some vague claim of Russia. What does that mean? The whole country is helping him? He said that they're helping his campaign for 2020. So is all of Russia trying to help his campaign? He doesn't offer any evidence. There's nothing. Hey, I would love to see an interview with Sanders where somebody asks him to quantify this, to show us the evidence. But he's not going to do that because he said the intelligence agencies told him this. So if you ask him for evidence, he's going to claim that it's classified. If this has to do with our election, if this is happening and we're going to fight against it, then we should know how this is happening, shouldn't we? So that we can defend against it. But you're defending against a ghost. And the worst part of this is that people keep on saying that Russiagate's going to be used against him. Well, he's helping it. Okay, so this is really starting to look like he's not even trying to sheepdog for the Democrats anymore. He's literally trying to win the election, and then Russiagate will be used against him with his own assistance. What are you seeing this? You need to see this. You need to be aware of this. And he's not a diplomat. He's called Putin a thug. He's called Chavez and Maduro tyrants. He's called Xi and Kim Jong-un dictators. Where do you find any diplomacy in this? Where do you find any workable international relations? There's nothing to be found there. You can't claim that he's for peace and for diplomacy while he is using such terms. This is pure conflict. And then he came out and said that it's the role of the U.S. president to rebuild the UN. I've covered that. I've talked about that. No. That is imperialism. Pure and simple. That is imperialism. So stop believing that he's suddenly going to turn around when it's only February. From January, he went to from stating just that Russia is interfering to February calling Putin a thug. And in between, he has said that he would actually attack North Korea or Iran if they even tested a nuclear weapon. He would literally attack them for testing a nuclear weapon. That's not an attack on another country. Should other countries attack us for testing nuclear weapons? Would they be justified in doing so? Iran hasn't invaded another country since 1798. North Korea hasn't invaded another country for like 60 years. The United States? Look how many countries we're bombing right now that were no threat to us. Look how many countries we've got U.S. troops in. We've got our troops in Syria and in Iraq illegally right now. And Sanders doesn't say anything about our interference in other governments' business. He doesn't say anything about us invading and bombing other countries. So where diplomacy, it means two directions, two. It has to go both ways. They don't attack us, we don't attack them. That's what diplomacy means. It means you sit down at a table and talk. You talk with equal rights, equal voice. It's not diplomacy if the United States sits down and dictates terms and conditions, and if you don't do this, we're going to murder your people. That's not diplomacy. But that's exactly what he's going for. All right? He is a continuation of the exact same foreign policy that has been carried out by the United States for decades. And I expect that if he's elected, not only will it continue, it could get worse. They say, oh, well, he make Tulsi his Secretary of State or Vice President or whatever. It doesn't matter if the president is a warmonger. You need to wake up to this. Read the articles. See the evidence that I put forward. Okay? You can deny it. But when the evidence is right in your face, then I don't see how you can deny it. That is pure cognitive dissonance, and that is a conscious choice. You're making that choice. All right. Well, remember, issues unite. Names divide. Stop being loyal to names. If you are really against warfare, if you're really for peace, you need to focus on the issues. You can't just keep on focusing and cheering for a name. That is being a cultist. You're turning this into a religion. Stop it. All right? Have a good day.